Welcome back. So I can't get it to sit perfectly, but it's close enough for a Rocket League review. I'm actually going to show you how far off it is by using my desktop view. This is going to look very weird to you because I have lines drawn here over my OBS, but I assure you they're on the screen. So on the screen, these lines, if you notice, are coming out of the bottom of the wheel and kind of out the side of the wheel. It goes through this boost. This is the more important part. Bottom of this wheel, and it goes through this boost. As accurate as I'm able to get this shit on OBS, I need to, actually, I can just show it to you this way. So remember, the bottom left corner of it, it goes through the boost up into that boost. And if I switch back to the original source, which is this source, now annotate on screen, crazy. Here, you see that it is no longer the bottom left of the bottom left wheel, and it no longer goes out, so it's no longer here at the bottom, and it no longer goes through this boost and out to the side. So, that's about as close as I can get it. I had it centered perfectly before, but I guess since I fucked with it in satisfactory, it's no longer centered like it's supposed to be. And there's not really an easy way to fix it, to be honest with you. Because if I grab this and I rescale this, to the left and right and try to make that go there through the boost, then I come through and I rescale this out to the side and try to make it line up like this. The next line that I draw is going to be not correct. So there's not much that I can do to fix that. Because even if I do, leave it like that, one, the bottom of that shit's gonna be fucking dark because you're not gonna see the bottom of the screen and whatnot. So you're gonna have a smaller image, but two, it's still not gonna be lined up. So if I go back into the game, for example, I come over here, I delete that, give myself control, and then I move and I change my perspective ever so slightly. Yikes. And I change my perspective ever so slightly. I'm gonna draw from that corner boost, ball, that boost, ball, from the middle of the ball out here, the middle of the ball out here, and then we're gonna circle back through both my wheels and go like that. Now if I go back to OBS, is it low? Well, goddamn. There we go. Now if I go back to OBS and I look at the thing that I just drew, it doesn't line up to exactly to what I just drew on screen. And if you look at where shit is on screen, how it's not really lined up, let me show you desktop view. And I think that one. And click back in the game. This is how it should be. This is how I drew it. Perfectly lines up the big boost in the back, goes to the ball, then goes back around. So it goes from the sides, and then it goes around, sort of like a happy face or something like that. It touches both boost and it touches both back boost. Now I'll go back to the annotate on screen, and that's how it lines up for you. So even it changing it like that, unfortunately, it's not even making it to the corners now. And in order to fix that, I would have to re-drag everything back up to how it originally was and keep adjusting. So it's gonna be close, but if things that I draw and shit ain't adding up to whatever I'm putting down, you know that it's gonna be a little bit off. Just keep that in mind. It's not gonna be, clean. I hate vibration in controllers. Alright, now, with all of that aside, what I'm about ready to do is I'm going to hop into a game. Let me reset the screen. I'm going to hop into a game. I'm going to play a match. Not going to be doing anything crazy or anything like that. Playing a regular match like I generally do. And then I'm going to be saving the replay, and we'll see how everybody played, the mistakes that we all made, etc., etc. I am cold as fuck, so I'm definitely going to be making mistakes. Alright, here we go. We got a whole slew of titles. Here we go. They couldn't read that properly, so they sat there like everybody else does, and they try to wait till they get a read. Just reposition yourself to where you can read that shit better while you're sitting there. It'll help you out quite a bit. Teammates boost camping. I thought he wasn't playing for a second. Ah, I didn't get a clean pass to him. Don't want to get demoed, or was that my teammate? That was my teammate up my ass. That's fun. That's even better. Both of them are in the same area. We're just going to rotate back. He is up my ass right now. Our third man shouldn't have been there. The other guy trusted me to get it to him. That guy fucked up the entire play. He missed. And both my teammates jumped for that. That's fun. That guy's already faking back. He ain't gonna get a strong touch. Do that. Both of them are back. This could be a breakaway play. He didn't challenge that very well. I missed the double. And I landed fucked up because I didn't hold power slide there. Pop that over them awkward. Teammate got a nice little follow-up touch. This at least pressures them. We almost got a good pinch in their net. Not gonna follow that. We're just gonna take our thumb. Again, just reposition yourself if you can't get a good read or a good accurate touch. Beautiful. Good support. So I really didn't need the jump for that shit, but he supported me anyway, then he continued up, so I had something to pass to, so it wouldn't be awkward for me. That's a good read off of my fuck up there. I appreciate it. And he's also apparently a Season 7 Grand Champion Tournament winner. Get out the way of that. Good set for a shot. Still trust him. Other guy's up. We still trust. Now we head back. And as long as you play like that, you don't need to go all the way back to goal because your teammates miss. Just keep the pressure. If I went back to goal, that guy wouldn't have done what he did. He would have held the ball and dunked my ass. Check in front of us. Easy block. Put this awkward over him. Then we go fast here just to try to get it in front of net as quick as possible. Don't know why my teammate went for a demo there instead of shooting that. Go high over him. Fake this. And I missed the easy shot. That would have been an open fucking net, and I fucking missed it. I'll show you what I mean when I'm going over that later, if this even comes up and we make it that far. Fake this. He's already challenging. I know he's not going to be a threat to me, and I could have carried that all the way across down the field, but whatever. Trust him here. Nice. We pick up where he's weak, or, you know, he can blast it away, whatever. Gonna pop that off wall to us. That guy's gonna try to touch it. He did. He touched it back to the guy that passed it to him originally. Which, I mean, is fine, but that guy, I don't know if he followed or not, to be honest with you. We wait patiently. Check behind us, make sure we're not gonna get demoed. Pick this up easy. Teammate jumped for that when he shouldn't. Mid's a good goalie. He knows to wait for that shit because it's going to be a slow shot. Fake. Thank you. He sees that I'm going for that and he goes back to ensure that we have a goalie. Good read is on mid. Good challenge by me, good read on him. Go ahead and save this shit. Coach 101 or 1010. And then we're going to head out and we're going to look at the damn replay. As always, lead by example. So we're going to go for my player view. Well, not by the way, player view. We're going to follow me. And we're going to see where I fucked up at. And we can review the rest of the bullshit later on. Auto cam, find a player, toggle player view. I don't remember what my board button is. Fuck it, I'll just do it this way. It don't matter. Player view. Me. Actually, I could kill like multiple birds with if I just use fly camera. To be honest with you. Because I can look at the kickoff of the other two and then go and just play the game play by play and just do it all in one session. So, kickoff wise. From the start, let me pull my epic pin back up from the corner. Moment. So we started fucking off from the beginning. From the start, there are two things that are going to happen. This guy is either going to go backwards to that corner boost and fake the kickoff, or he's going to go for the kickoff. No rank, a whole bunch of other shit could happen. But typically, that's what they're going to do. They're going to flip backwards for this boost, which is actually like this way. Ignore it. That way, or he's going to go for the ball. So the odds of this ball getting sent this way, or if he misses it, this way, are super high. Most likely, they're just gonna 50 the ball, and it's either going to go, somewhere in this general area over here, somewhere over there. This guy cheats up and tries to go directly for the ball. Now, if you're a speedy boy and you know how to do these properly, you can actually flip out here, and if the ball goes this way, catch the ball right around here if you're speedy. If you're not speedy, then you want to go out this way towards that boost. Well, you want to grab the boost pad and go out towards that way. And if you're fast, as the ball gets sent over, you can go through, go up, handle the ball, come down, grab this boost, and then repressure if you need to, or you can start rotating back. This guy fucks up from the start because he goes this way. I know that this guy can go back this way and beat me to the boost, or he can challenge this ball and then go for this boost in the corner. So this boost over here could possibly be his, and this boost over here, I can't actually draw the boost over there because some chat's in the way. So the boost is somewhere over there. I can't see it. Chat's right there, so I can't actually see it. But he could go either or. And if he tries to fake back, I don't want to be the guy going for that boost. It's fine for me to go that way, but I need to keep in mind that if this guy backflips and goes for that, we're going to be double committing in the same corner. And one of us has to let the other one pass. Now, to be honest with you, you should let him grab the boost because he's probably going to get there around about the same time you do or faster, but his car is going to be pointed towards goal. Whereas if you speed through and take it, you're going to have to turn around and go all the way back to goal to try to save the ball before it goes into your goal. So if he fakes that way, you need to just stop what you're doing, turn around, and go back to goal. So you see him fake backwards, you're going to go this way, turn around, and head back to goal. And you're going to sit on the edge of the goal to get ready to save. You don't want to dump all of your boost at the start either. You don't want to go for this boost right here either. A lot of people go up, grab this boost here, and then turn. They do this shit. And then they go for that corner boost. Don't do that shit. If you're going to go for the boost, you just turn out and go. There's going to be a boost pad right here that you can grab if you need to cancel. Turn around, and you can go right back to the goal and have all the speed and everything necessary to get back to goal. If this guy doesn't go for this back boost, he doesn't go for the back boost here, back there, then you're free to go for that. But as you grab the boost, you want to turn up towards the wall this way and head back towards your goal. Unless otherwise, the ball is clear. Because if you grab the boost and you turn outwards towards field and the ball goes backwards towards your goal, you're not going to make it back in time. If anything, you'll own goal it trying to touch the ball, trying to save it. And that's where a lot of people fuck up, is when they grab this corner boost, they turn out towards field or they turn up towards wall, and the ball just goes bang, and you just lost a goal. Or the ball bounces off this wall over here, gets past your teammate, and one of them shoots it into your goal. Bang. And then you're just fucked. You just dropped a goal. So you need to be paying attention because you are the back man. There's nowhere for you to go except to grab this boost. And again, if he grabs the boost that's in this corner, you no longer have any reason to go that far. You need to return and guard your goal. Now, if he does go forward and he does continue along, then you have the right to go for the boost. Again, you want to turn back towards your goal. Towards the wall, back towards your goal after you grab boost. And if that shit does happen to go this way and roll up the wall, you can always get part way back and then turn back around and challenge the ball. You can always go back. Once you go forward, it's hard to go back, but if you go back then forward, you can get a good challenge on the ball doing the same thing. And if one of their guys is just, zooming and they say fuck it and they trust their teammate and they go immediately here, then all you have to do is just fake backwards and follow your first line. So as he tries to make a play, you can jump out and challenge him anywhere in the field if he doesn't have a strong play, or you can save it cross goal if he goes for something crazy. You can be the one that's here in this area to challenge him. Obviously, we're just talking kickoffs here. It's different when you're actually in the game and you got boost and you got movements and shit, but we're just talking kickoffs. So just bear in mind, regular kickoffs, that's kind of what you want to do. This guy right here, and this is why I say he's fucking up by trying to ghost up. Sure, let's say this guy goes here, hits the ball, and it doesn't move, or it trickles to like here. What's to say that one of their guys on their team ain't gonna be cheating up as well? Or if they're playing properly, this guy, goes for boost, turns around, or stops and turns back, which I guess I can show you what I was talking about here over here, because we can actually see everything. What if this guy starts to go towards this, and then turns back properly, and sits on this corner here, and he catches your, putt-putt shot? Or if this guy decides to go for that boost, he cuts off about here and then turns back around and defends his goal. No matter what this guy does, this guy's going to be defending that shit. Because he has boost pads all over the fucking place that he can grab. Doing that. You can see the boost pad there, big boost there. There's boost pads all over the field. You only need about one boost pad to save. And if you see that he's going backwards, you could just do a short rotation to get the one boost pad for a little extra boost, and then turn back around and defend your position on this corner. To where if this guy does decide to cheat up and make a shot in top right corner or this corner or anywhere basically along your goal line, you'll have a little extra boost to get up there and get that shot, saved. Macho asked me the other day, he's like, well, if I'm sitting in this corner right here and they hit it here, there's no way for me to make it there on time. And that's what he was saying, why he never sits on the corners here or here or here or here. The proper defensive corners. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Never want to be in the middle. Unless you are damn sure that that person has no ball control or something else is happening. But you really never want to be in the middle. The thing about it is, if you're sitting here proper, and when I say sitting here, I mean actively being a rolling goalie. I don't mean literally sitting just right here as the guy from here has the ball here and is approaching towards your net. Obviously, you're going to be updating your position and whatnot depending on what he does. I'm not saying just chill here the entire time till he shoots it in your opposite corner. But as long as you are in a defensive position, you can go here, or if you have time, you can go in here, which will give you a greater angle here, but less of an angle here. Either or, either one works, depending on how much time you have. You can go to either spot in either corner of the goal. Does not matter. Now, if you are sitting here and you know how to boost jump and you know how to aerial properly, Macho, here's your answer. If you know how to boost jump, you know how to aerial properly, and you are looking at the opponent's car to see what they are doing, you can easily read if they're going to make a touch into your top corner. Because the only way they can get a touch into your top corner off of a ball that's going off of kickoff, or even if they're dribbling down the field, is they're going to have the ball on top of their core, and they're going to have to flick it, or they're going to have to go around the side of the ball to find an angle. Those are the only two fastest shots that they can put on target to actually make you sweat a little bit and make you pay attention to what's going on. That's it. If he goes to the side of the ball and then tries to flick it, it's just going to roll towards that corner, and that's going to be an easy save for you. If you see him going for the outwards type of shot, you can assume that this quadrant of your goal right here isn't going to have anything on it unless he's a sneaky ass boy and does what I do and act like I'm hitting that way, then flip back to the side to put it into that corner. But we're talking champ here. They don't do that shit. So you can assume if he goes around to hit this ball from the side here, and it's going to go this way. And if you're watching his car, you'll see him set up for that shot. From there, you know that you need to be ready and getting ready to move to save a top corner shot. Saving a top corner shot, unlike most people that don't realize that shit, you don't have to come out of your goal to save that. You just need to touch it right here on this corner wall, or the ball goes into your goal. And if you touch it right, it's going to actually pinch back down the field into their net. That's all you got to do. You boost forward and you slam your car into this fucking wall right here before the ball can go into your fucking net. And you will get a decent enough save. Now, I'm not saying jump straight and go straight into the fucking wall where you're going to bounce off of that shit, and if you fuck it up, it's going to be bad. But give yourself a little turning leeway to where when you clear it, the ball's going to go out and dribble out into this corner. So turn your car ever so slightly as you're going straight. So when it bounces off, it either bounces off that way or it's going to hit this corner and get a lot of force out that way, to where you'll have time to recover and your team will have time to get back. You don't have to leave your goal to save those. A lot of people are like, I got to clear this out of my goal. You can bounce it off the inside of your goal post. And if you're angled properly, you can bounce it off this side and it'll literally just turn back and go this way out of your goal. Sometimes you'll make it go boink, boink, and then it'll come out this way. Guess what? Those are hard as hell to read, especially for people in champ. Use that to your advantage. Hell, that shit's hard for GCs to read. Again, this guy has a lot of options. He can go grab his rightful boost in this corner, which would be this guy on the opposite team. He can go and grab this boost in the corner. What the fuck was that line? He can grab this boost in the corner, and then he can go up the wall, because generally if you have 250s come in the same direction, it'll go this way. Because he's applying force from this side that way, and he's going to be trying to apply force from the opposite side. So it'll typically either go that way, or it'll go that way. Either or, depending on, who's fastest, etc., etc. And those are, if people know your basic kickoffs. Now, if you got the lazy ass kickoffs and all the other different types of kickoffs, you're not going to get that. But most common kickoff, if both people actually perform a decent kickoff, it's going to go to the either or the sides. As I always state, this boost that is over in this corner, would be like right here, is this guy's. This guy's going to go for the kickoff and immediately grab that boost. Same with this guy. This guy's going to go for kickoff and then immediately grab this boost. Most times. And if the ball is in that general vicinity, what you want to do is you want to ignore the boost and control the ball, because you can grab boost in this corner here if need be. And if the goalie, would be in me in this case, goes for that boost, or him, goes for this boost, he's going to be here as you have control of the ball. You can pressure him by playing slow, or you can pass it to a teammate. You can do all kinds of things with ball control over here. Because he's their back man, he's their goalie. He's not anywhere near goal. You can make any type of shot, even if you're on low boost or no boost. Especially if they're dumb enough to go, grab the boost, and then immediately pre-go up the wall to try and challenge you there. You can just pass the ball down to your teammate, who can put a direct shot in their net. If he doesn't challenge you and he turns backwards towards there or goes up the wall or anything like that, you still have ball control. You can just bring this shit down gently, get it on your car, make a flick over him, pass it off wall, pass it to a teammate that should be up, or anything like that. You have a unlimited amount of options that you can do in that particular stance. And once you learn the options that you can do, and as you further develop your mechanics, you'll have even more options to keep control of that ball and not just throw that shit away. Because you know that this guy ain't going to be there. He's going for kickoff. This guy, typically, as you can see, apparently will cheat up, even though they typically would go for this boost over here. And as you get to the higher ranks, this guy will either fake back and go forward, this guy will go for that boost, and that guy will go for that boost. And that'll be the kickoff system. And you can really get some easy plays done off of kickoff if you can understand that the basic shit that they do. I'm gonna hop back in here. I do not want to be on him in fly camera. No, thank you. Oh, my controller turned off because I wasn't touching it. Love this new controller, by the way. And I'm not being sarcastic. I am stuck. Rocket League, what have you done? There we go. So on kickoff, if you remember correctly, both of us were just kinda sitting here. You see that? He is already fully going in to grab this boost, and he's just, going. He's already flipped. He actually flipped way too soon to where he didn't even pick up this boost to even have any pressuring power, and he shouldn't have flipped until he touched this boost. Because as you can see, he's not supersonic flipping right now. If he would have boosted a little bit farther to about right before the boost and flipped, he would have been supersonic going that way. Now, because he decided to cheat up, he is now kinda sorta out of the play. So if this kickoff don't go well, I'm fucked. I'm by myself in a 1v2 situation. As typically stated, this guy's gonna go for boost. He went up and grabbed this boost pad though to turn back, which is kind of a bad thing to do because he's gonna be slower. Whereas this guy went up and he's front flipping for whatever fucking reason. Never front flip for that shit. He was sitting like right about here. He should have just went through and then cross flipped over to that. That front flip's weird. I think he's gonna be even slower than that guy. He went for the boost pad because he front flipped and in a flat car too. Goddamn. So both of them are fucked up on their side. My guy's fucked up on our side. And now I need to be, ready to handle whatever the hell's going on here. We follow this through. As you can see, my teammate is still in the air, wheels off the fucking ground, and they're about ready to touch the fucking ball. So as soon as his car is about to land here, boom. And hang on. You'll see it. So right about now, I don't know if you heard it or not, now is when he's just now getting control. Right now. Now is when he's getting control. And the ball is already up. if I wasn't already shadowing and getting ready for what was going to happen next, I'd have been fucked. If that guy would have grabbed that boost and already been headed up the wall and all of that shit, and they would have actually been fast and did what they were supposed to be, he would have already been already up the wall getting ready to shoot this shit. I would have had to again turn early, grab the boost pad, and then get ready to save. I'd have been fucked. And then after saving that, this guy here would have already been on this side grabbing that boost. So if I would have saved that, like generally people do, and hit it across, that guy is going to already be up there to re-challenge that. That guy who just sent it's going to continue forward. So now they have a good offensive pressure on me. And then their other guy, who's coming from the back, can just kind of chill back and assist them as need be. This is why the typical kickoff that you see works so well, because you'll have a guy on this side, you'll have a guy that can potentially come up on this side, and your goal is going to be covered. So there's no way for you, unless your teammate's absolutely dog crap, no way for you to really lose that shit. This shit that we're doing, this guy is just now getting control of his car. Mid got beaten the kickoff, so he's still flying out from fully committing, and now I have to be the one to contend with this. Luckily, he got a very good second touch after that other guy hit it off of his car. But as you can see, I'm not going to go for this boost immediately. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm going to pressure this guy, and I'm going to force this guy to go for an awkward ass touch. But as he goes for it, I'm going to try to do whatever I can to stall. As you can see, my teammates haven't even recovered yet. The ball is coming down for a potential shot. I see that it's landing in front of this guy. So I'm immediately going to start faking back to try and get control of that. This guy fucked up. He really did. He let me pressure him from all the way downfield. His other teammates there. This guy's just kind of chilling out on the side. I guess he's heading back to goal just in case I do get this shot. Smart on Coda. This guy is already pre-jumping. Granted, it is a banger and it's bouncing off the wall. Or the floor. Hard. But they got a goalie back. There's no reason to jump for this shit. And that's what I'm trying to tell Macho. This guy cheated up. He has no boost. This guy's going for boost. Even if this guy gets a touch over, it's going to be light. You got a guy back. Look. Look. He's pre-jumping like a motherfucker. And he's absolutely missing that. As soon as he acted like he was going for that and getting close to the ball, the majority of people in this game will fake back. So they have enough time to save your shot. And if they do challenge, it's going to be over their head, off their wall, and in their net anyway. Because you'll typically grab those. But he goes through, and he fakes the hell out of this ball. Ain't nobody challenging this. I turned backwards until I seen that it was free. It's heading over towards mid now. This guy, who's still coming from kickoff, by the way, with no boost, decides he wants to try and turn on this. You have no boost, buddy. What he could have done is he could have continued along sideways and grabbed this guy's boost and put him out of action for even longer. After grabbing this guy's boost, he could have went backwards and covered backfield. Whereas this guy, mid, is over there ready to make a play. And I'm already here, ghosting towards this to make a play. You got two teammates up that have or are about to have boost and are getting ready to make a play. You need to know that you're at a position right now and you're useless to everything. Because if for whatever reason I touch this wrong, it bounces off wall and goes to Coda. Coda shoots it, and my teammate's already committing again. You've already fucked up once, why double down on that shit? This guy's going for boost instead of immediately heading back to defend his net. I mean, it's there, why not? But he needs to turn back and get back to his goal as quick as possible. Let's see what he does in the interim period. He turns towards our goal. There is no pressure from their team on this ball. None. Their guy missed. Their guy's way back in goal. I am right here able to pressure this ball. I got a teammate in front of me that can turn and grab the pressure from this ball. This guy Coda is back by himself. He is fucked if we get a good play off of this. And we even have dipshit number 3 on our team that could grab a couple of boost pads and pick up the other side if he wants to. They have no pressure right now on this ball. And yet this guy just grabbed boost and is turning towards our goal. Decisions. I see mids here. Mid sees that I'm ghosting it and whatnot. What mid should do, which I think he does, is he's going to cover me. If I miss this ball, he knows he has to go for it. Coda, who is their goalie, by the way, who has nobody behind him, said, fuck it, I'm going to go. If I would have checked on my way here and looked and seen that Coda was committing, I could have challenged from way the fuck back here, hit that shit off the wall, and then scored. Again, I don't check during streams because, well, I'm lazy as fuck and they're champs, so, it's not really that big of a deal. But if I would have checked to see what he was doing, I could have challenged this ball better, and we could have gotten a goal directly off of it. Here, me and Mid see each other. I know Mid's there. Mid knows that I'm there. We're both looking at each other. Why he grabs the boost pad? And this is a situation that I love to talk about, that a lot of people fuck up. If you got a teammate that is ghosting the ball and already on it, even if somebody's attacking that, you need to get the hell out of dodge and go opposite post rotation to get ready for what's going next. Why? Because it is fundamentally very simple. And this is one of my favorite situations that I like to talk about that low-ranking players can't get their mind around. If mid goes for this, and I go for this, we are going to have collision and awkwardness. And if either of us hits this ball is just going to bounce out, go beyond us, and any of their players that are up can take a shot on our goal. Simple. And after people on their see that both of us double committed and none of us touched the ball, this guy could go for a demo. This guy could go for a demo. And this guy could just do a slow-ass cush play, straight in, uncontested. He can be as slow as he fucking likes and just get the ball in front of net. This guy could be his scoring man, and this guy could go for a demo. Both of them could be involved. Their entire team's up. They're pressuring us. And what are we doing? Or what we could be doing? We both could be in the same corner, doing nothing. Now let's say one of us touches the ball, but another one of us commits because we both go for it. One of us is going to be out of action. The other one's going to just touch the ball slightly farther down this way. They got their entire roster up, covering basically every angle that can be shot on goal. Anything that goes back this way, this guy's here. Anything that would cover this general area, this guy can jump up and cover that. Anything that goes over past into this field, this guy can grab. And they have the offensive pressure on us. So the smartest thing would be for me to try to grab this. If it goes low, and in this vector right here, I should go for this. If it goes out of this vector, M, who is rotating back on the opposite side, should be able to pick up this vector. And if it goes beyond that, the goalie should be ready to get a shot directly on net. So we can counter the play that they have on us. And what you generally see, and this is why I always comment on corner sniffing, let me out of this screen, is you'll have somebody like this either going into the corner where they shouldn't be. You've got two people already in the corner. If it goes up the wall and shit, you'll be able to easily grab that if you rotate in here. If it comes out to field and things like that, you'll easily be able to intercept that if you're in the proper position here and not rotating across like that. If you're here, all they have to do is just hit the ball off the wall or hit the ball to their other person, and they're scoring that. You see how many pass opportunities that they have? And you're corner sniffing here. You can only cover the angle in front of you. This is why you sit here. So you can cover any shots over into this side or half of the net. The guy that's over here, mid, is going to be rotating back opposite post like this. So if they do try to make any shots that are, in this other portion right here, or if they miss and hit it over to that side, he's already going to be in momentum that way. So he's just going to come through, pick the ball up, and continue on. That's why you go opposite post. If this guy would have rotated back properly, he'd have been here. So if anything happens, he'd be able to pick it up. If it went too far away from us, he's there. If it goes to wall, one of us will go up and clear it. And he can either turn around and get ready for the, catch off the wall, or he could just stay here and then shift over and get ready just in case they counter it again. Either or. And then mid and everybody else will be able to play, a regular ass game. So here, as you see, I'm ghosting it. I'm getting ready for a touch that might go off wall, and that's what I want him to do. Mid is staying in the area just enough to pressure this guy to where he won't try to dribble it. If this guy tries to dribble it, mid gets it. If this guy tries to hit it off the wall in front of me, I can get it, or if it goes too far, the goalie can get it. We have this entire situation on lock. Coda pre-jumps. As soon as you see this guy pre-jump, you can assume that he's either pushing in the corner or he's going for a sideways shot. So if you're sitting in goal and you see that guy pre-jump, especially like that, and then he flips, you know exactly where that's going. You can easily come in, pick that shit up, and go. If it's gonna go off wall, the guy that's here, can pick that up and immediately go. This is what I mean, watch your opponents. I already know what shot's gonna come from this area here because he pre-jumped the hell out of that. If he was smart, he would have tried to keep it close and tried to get a flick high into the right because our goalie's out of position. High to the right would force mid to challenge and basically drop all of his boost. And the only place mid can challenge it to is over to that corner. Once it hits that corner, they got a guy up that can immediately send it back. Because this guy is fucking up for the third time. So I stay shadowing. Mid makes him stay on. This guy barely, barely ekes past it. Again, if it goes this way, it's in the mid's play zone. This guy is already like, fuck it, dude. He fucked it up. Now here, mid didn't check his vectors as he was coming back. As he was coming back, if he would have just checked, he would have seen where all of their players are right there and how much time and space he had. He had plenty of space and time to do everything. However, he also knows that I'm here. And if he can hurry up and get this either around this guy towards their goal or across, I'm here and I'm going to be able to just continue along and pick that up. Or dipshit who is still not rotating back properly. What's he going to say from sitting right there? Nothing. So mid picks it up. Jumps, gets a touch. At least tries to. It goes. This guy reversing goes to backflip it. Now, as soon as that guy started backflipping and things like that, you notice how this guy is starting to change what he's doing. Because he knows that this guy is about ready to backflip or touch this shit. Down line, it's going to be gentle as fuck. He's throwing it away. Mid panicking to try to get to that. And this guy panicking or doing whatever the fuck he's doing. If he would have just paid attention to the only person that could pressure him and see what he's doing, he didn't have to reverse. He could have just kept going forward and kept doing his thing. Because the moment he got close to it, he started faking. Just like you fake when you see that you can't get something, other people fake when they see they can't get shit. Camps are weird. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. But I mean, you can still, you know when they're gonna fake. So he hits it. Mid touches it. I, luckily here, and I'm just going to ghost this shit and pay attention to where this guy is. Because right now, the ball is traveling away from me and to this guy. If he goes up the wall and he gets a nice little touch off the sidewall and puts it towards net, we're fucked. I know that he's farther away than I am, and I know that mid is closer to this guy than I am. So that's going to be on mid to follow up his touch. I take my time during this time to get set up, make sure everything's good and whatnot. I can even take the time to power slide or turn around and go however the hell I want because the ball's not doing anything. But you see how when I came in, I just turned up the sidewall and then turned back in? That's kind of sort of what you want to do. Turn in to keep your momentum just in case you have to immediately challenge. So from here, mid's getting ready to receive that. Dipshit 3, the lowest on our fucking team, is already up in the air doing some sort of dumb shit. Mid's getting ready to receive this guy's touch that he's about to make, so when he touches it, it's going to go to mid. Mid can play it. If mid doesn't get it, I'm grabbing boost and all of that and getting ready for the shot or anything else that can happen. He's already pre-jumped like a dumbass. He's only thing that he can do that's helpful for us right now is he can continue to go forward, continue to go up to this boost, and hope that mid can pass it to him to get behind this guy since he's moving up. And as you're, overcommitting to that shit, that's what you should be looking for is opportunities. Land, if the boost is here, grab it. If not, go up and get into a position to where you can pick up a pass if your teammate decides to pass it to you. He might pass it to you, he might cross it across and then pass it to you. Regardless, you are in an offensive position. You do not leave this spot unless otherwise something else happens. Because you're not going to get back in time to defend the net if something happens. If me sitting back there misses it or mid misses it, that's goal. You're not going to get back in time for that shit. So you need to land and continue to move forward. So you're giving mid an option to pass to you, or me, if I can get to that in time, a chance to pass to you for a play. Or again, if mid decides to take it across through this empty section and then pass it to you off of the wall or however, you can already be here, full boosted and shit to receive the pass and score. And this is where a lot of people irritate me. They land and they immediately come back the same way the ball's going, mind you, towards goal. The ball ends up in the corner, and now there's just two of us looking at the ball from opposite angles. Like, if you're gonna abandon your post, you need to land and you need to start going across field for an opposite post rotation. Not only is it the correct rotation to do, as you're going cross field, if mid decides to see you there and he passes it to you, now you have a full pass and you can bypass that guy. You're setting yourself open to be passed to by rotating opposite post. That's why that's important. That's where that becomes important. It teaches you that if you go outwards and your teammates see you cross over and all of that, you're showing your presence and all of that to your teammates and all of that shit, but you're also going out for a pass as you're rotating around. If this shit gets hit to me, I know you're to my right, so I can just slide that shit over to you, and then you can pick up the ball and send it directly towards goal. It is that simple. That is why opposite post rotation's good. Let's see what he does in the interim period. This guy loses control. Mid's there, just in case this guy tries to challenge to knock it to the side. And I'm just going to kind of sort of shadow it and go up very slowly to see what's going on. Because I want to be looking at my teammate, but also paying attention to the opponent. The opponent can't do much. Even if he hits it, he's probably going to hit it across because we're blocking towards net double, both of us. I'm looking more at my teammate at this moment because I want to see if he's going to go forward to where I can just hit the shit between these two blue guys to him, and then head upfield to help him score the goal, or if he's going to turn back and do something stupid, and I'm going to have to go for a fake or something else to get an individual play. Or I need to see if mid is going to say, fuck it, I'm faster, and he's going to take a shot or do something like that because the goal's open. I need to be paying attention to everything on this field right now, not just saying fuck it and go, Mr. Macho. And if you don't have the knowledge to pay attention to the full field and all you see is the ball, then you're never going to get anywhere in Rocket League. You're going to constantly be getting shit on, constantly be getting Charlie Brown, and constantly be losing matches and shit. And being like, man, my teammate's fucking ass. That was my ball. Like, no, it wasn't. To be honest with you, it's mid's ball. To be completely honest with you, he's closer. Mid's closer. He's able to challenge that better than I can. That's mid's ball. Now, I know I can get away with this shit because I'm a speedy boy, so I'm going to encroach on it. If mid doesn't see me and he decides to challenge and shoot it, I can just turn off towards the opposite side, and then all three of us are up for the counter, and we keep aggression. So I go in, mid sees that I'm going for it, so he just kind of stays right there. Boom. Now we do have a sort of an overcommit, but we do see each other. He sees the angle that I'm going for, and I see that he's going to turn and go for this. So what we go for is a pinch here. And this is kind of a higher rank play. He sees where this guy's coming from, and he knows he needs to interfere with it. I see that he's going to interfere with that guy's touch, and he's going to hit it off of him to try to put it up and across. So I try my best. As you can see, I'm not heading towards the ball. I'm heading kind of this way, away from the ball. And I try to read that to the best of my ability, and I do read it. However, this guy didn't flip through to give me that little extra I needed to put it on their net. I was actually slightly too fast there. And we go for a pinch. The pinch works pretty well because this guy's turning around because he sees what's going on. This guy doesn't even understand. He hasn't even realized. Now he's realizing that shit's going wrong. And where's he doing? He's going directly for boost and then turning all the way around towards the backfield. My dude is heading in this direction and this is his turnaround. My dude, the ball is heading that way. Why in the hell are you coming back on this long ass way to get back? You got boost pads that was right here that you could have grabbed. Chigunk! And immediately went back to get ready for whatever the hell was going to happen next. Why are we grabbing big boost here? My entire team is still sort of in the area. This guy's kind of heading back because he's weird. I don't know why he's heading back because the aggression on the ball is heading that way. And if you are this guy that's heading back to net on your side, when all the aggression and the ball's heading towards their side, you're absolutely useless to your team. Turn your game off, uninstall, go outside, go do something else. Rocket League's not your game. Sorry to tell it to you. Rocket League's not your game. They have a guy that's already back on our side. And if this guy has momentum, he's just going to demo him anyway. Why are you heading back to our side when you could be pushing forward with the rest of us? You could have been going up, grabbing this boost, and posting up there. I could have went towards middle, and mid could have went up and challenged, and we could have had a very aggressive play on them. Been clapping them cheeks left and right. Why do we have a dumbass heading backwards towards our goal? Now, he might turn back around. He might have a change of heart. Let's see. Nope. Fighting this guy for boost in our corner, which it probably is there. It's just a replay. He's fighting the guy for boost that's in our corner that he doesn't need. He could have grabbed that boost up there and been part of the play. There's no reason for him to be back here fighting this guy for boost. Let him have it, because the longer he takes to grab this boost and turn around, the more pressure we have on his team. Let him have that shit. Why are you fighting this guy for boost? Now, if he would have demoed you or bumped you here, you'd have been done. All that boost you just stole. Then he goes across, and he's doing some other random ass shit as all of us are getting ready to make a fucking, trying to make a play, I should say. You got the boost, you got the victory, whatever. If the boost was there, you won. If the boost isn't there, you shouldn't be going and looking for other boosts. You need to stay here and defend the goal. Because you decided to head back, you left a hole in our defense, and they managed to get past us. Again, if he would have pushed up there, I would have been over here to intercept this. Mid would have already been up to intercept that, but now we're doing a two-man play in a three-man lobby. This guy's like, damn, that boost got stolen. I need to head back anyway. He was probably going to grab that boost and then turn and grab this boost because that's what champs do. Let him have that shit. You should have already had this boost and be posted up. When you're looking at the ball and you see that there's danger, that's when you go back. I'm on the ground. He's the one that wants to challenge. There's no danger right now. There's no danger at all. So I know that I can move up and all of that. Again, if this guy was here, where he's supposed to be, he could pick up any potential shit that's going on. But it didn't matter, because mid gets a nice touchdown. This guy fell off the wall, did some other type of crazy shit. Instead of stopping at the corner, he could have saved that. Shitty ass goalies. He would have just stayed at that corner instead of doing all of that craziness. Been fun. This kickoff becomes very interesting because when it comes to low level lobbies, they go left goes. When you get higher up, it's fastest goes. You have somebody that's knocking out kickoffs. They'll literally generally type, or not type, text chat you, I got it, or you'll say take the shot and let them have it. It's courtesy. They have a faster kickoff. You will give them the courtesy kickoff because they are faster than you are, and your kickoffs are dog shit for the situation. These low ranking lobbies, it's generally left goes, and people will get mad if you go when you're the right person, even though I go every time. We get a good kickoff. I got time to grab boost, and I immediately, like I always say, turn around and head back towards goal. So if something does happen, boom, I'm there to make the save. This guy does the dumb though. He might watch. Hang on, let me slow it down. So on this kickoff, go. Like go. On this kickoff, again, he's gonna flip back and grab boost. That's one of the reasons why I don't even go that way. They're probably gonna grab, you know, both of those two boosts over there. So if I am gonna go for boost, one, I want to ensure that, the ball's not going into my net. But I also can just go around this side, grab boost, do whatever. And for those of you that are so afraid, notice how I had time to go up, grab this boost, and then go out, turn around, and head back to goal before anything happened. I'll show you afterwards. Right now, pay attention to this dumbass. He goes, gets a decent kickoff. From there, this guy is already there, so you know he's about ready to counterplay that shit. Easy, is done is done. From here, I'm going to try to head that direction, and if I see that he's actually going for it, I'm going to turn back, and I'm either going to go up the wall or I'm going to go low, depending on what kind of play he tries to make, and I'm going to try to make the save. Now, if it's over on the other side, mid's going to grab the shit probably from goal, and we're going to be hunky-dory. But what I want to show you right now is what happens here. He goes, he grabs the boost, and then from here, mid's already covering this side of a goal. I'm already covering that side of goal. It's nice and all that you're doing the opposite post rotation thing and actually coming back, but unfortunately, we don't need you back right now. This guy has the ball. He's either gonna hit it and bypass me and mid's gonna go for it, or he's gonna hit it directly to mid and mid's gonna, take ball. If you're in this situation, you can stay up, depending on what's going to happen. And when the ball gets cleared, you can show your teammates that, hey, I'm up, you can pass to me, and your teammates will try to get the ball to you for a breakaway play. Pay attention. See this shit? What they're doing right now, how they're rotating back all fucked up like? You can get breakaway plays from that shit. But he grabs the ball, or the boost, goes back, continues through. You see how mid said fuck it and didn't even decide to rotate back. He made an executive decision and said, this dumbass is probably going to just boost back towards goal and probably defend it. There's no need for me to go back. He just chilled there. Probably in awe, just like, man, this guy's fucking trash. All of this other shit. Mid's just going to chill and let this guy basically pass him up in rotation and do whatever it is, and mid's just going to turn and cover me. And that sometimes is what you have to do. You have to make executive decisions to let the dumbass that don't know what they're doing do what you're supposed to be doing, and then you go do something else. Ball gets dropped. I get control. I give it a touch out. I don't have control. It comes straight back to where mid is. Guy touches the ball and then immediately follows it. Now mid gets out of the way of the demo. He knows that there's nothing that he really needs to do. This guy cut him in rotation. Now, mid could have, went up the wall, done whatever it is he needed to do, and continued to play along, but there's no need to. You got a dumbass that wants to play the game on his own. Let him play the game on his own. I like the decision that he made. He immediately got dunked. I was already in goal, able to push that towards mid. At least I tried to. I couldn't quite get it to him. But mid, seeing that it was a failed play, let the other guy take it. I went back in opposite post rotation for that situation and was able to get the ball. Mid wanted it, but I went and got it anyway. So now, he just covers me, sends it back forward. Now this is a very fucked up situation. I should not have went up. I should not have went up. But this guy really wasn't very trustworthy, and I kinda wanted to be there for mid just in case he got this play downfield. As you can see, all of them are basically up, heading backwards. So with a good enough hit and a good enough follow, we could get a goal here. I wanted to hurry up and speed this through to get the breakaway play, but this is my fault. I should have stayed here on this corner, and I should have let this guy that was already out of permission or already out of position go. I should have just let him go and just trusted him. I should not have headed up with him. And after I started heading up, and I was, more towards the ball and all of that shit, even though this was happening and I was getting ready to cover it, I should have just said, fuck it. One of us should have bailed out there. It's fine for both of us to go up. But I mean, if this guy, if this guy would have been able to hit that off the wall cleanly to the other guy, and the other guy would have passed it properly towards our goal or made a shot, the only way I would save this is by hitting it off the wall back to these guys, and they're already positioned up to get that ass when that happens. That's about the only thing I could do to go for a fast save. Luckily enough, I was able to recognize that he was going up too, so I turned early and got back ahead of him. Here, this guy's going, so I stop and I wait and I try to pick up the touch afterwards. Even though he's a ball chaser and with basically no boost left, he still wants to go for this ball. I get in front of it and I try to cover it as best I can. He's there. I see he's there, so I try to pass it to him, but he's too busy going forward instead of staying in the line of the pass and all of that. Again, if you pay attention to your teammate and what's going on and you see that there's something there, You can be there to pick this up, and you're not flipping and doing all of this other shit. This guy pre-jumped. He's either going to hit the shit back down off the wall, or he's going to miss. Mid is in the perfect position to pick up both of those. See this nice ass positioning he had? He was in goal. He went back around, and now he's waiting on the next touch because he's reading that. How this guy is already heading up the wall, even though he's going to get beat. How I'm going back in for a rotation. It comes down, mid's there. He fakes it, allows me to grab that shit. Well, he picks it back up. He's a speedy boy. I forgot he's a G. Obviously, picked that up. Anyway, it goes through. There's a little bit of danger here. Right now, I have my eyes on my teammate because I need to be able to finish my rotation, but I also can't afford to let this man bump me. So instead of paying attention to what's going on in the corner, I just have to trust that mid can handle his business, and I have to prevent from being bumped. And I'm pretty sure I said something like, please don't bump me, guy. But as you can see, I finished my rotation, and now I have a hell of an angle to clear with. Mid got knocked out, but I'm immediately able to come through and get a touch and do what I need to do because I finished my rotation. From here, I fucked up. This is a general mistake that a lot of people do, is they don't check the field. While I was here, doing my rotation and whatnot and turning back in, I should have been checking the field to see where everybody was. I would have been able to cleanly see that two people had committed into our goal and one guy was just going back a very, very sloppy way. And if I would have seen that, I would have went around the opposite side of that ball as it was landing, and I would have bumped it over towards their goal and just sped that shit into their net. And the reason I didn't get this goal is because I didn't check. If I'd have checked, I'd have grabbed that ball, bumped it, went that way. He would have tried to come in. I would have just sped it past him into his net because he was going towards ball, not goal. That should have been a goal. That's on me. We get here, ball gets sent up, back down. They get a touch on the ball again. This time I can see what's going on, so I know that I can turn and get to this and do whatever. The problem is as you can see, I have to pre-jump instead of catching that because this teammate, again, is unreliable and is boosting directly towards where I am. He's forcing me to jump here. Normally, I wouldn't jump, because look, there's nobody there. There's none. There's no oppression, there's no aggression, there's no anything. This guy is slow as shit. His wheels aren't even on the ground. But I have to jump because of this dumbass right here. I could have easily made a small tap over him. I could have hit it to the side and then continued the ball down. I could have made a shot. I could have done everything. But I can't go around this side of the ball to play that. Because again, this dumbass is heading directly towards where I jumped from. We would have bumped each other. And this guy would have gotten a free goal. So now I have to rely on mid to see that I have to touch the ball crooked towards him and the turn on that. So I touch it as best I can. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best touch and went right to where this guy was landing. Guess what? Mr. I don't want to do opposite post rotation could have just said zoop and been in a perfect position to come out and take that. Instead, now he's faced towards the goal and he really doesn't have very much of an angle to save. He has that, and that angle's shrinking because he's constantly going for the shit. 333 on the clock, by the way. At least mid is smart enough to say, hey, if this guy manages to get a shot, I can come over and save that. This guy zooms past the ball. But his second buddy and all of that's getting ready to do whatever, he can do. My wheels aren't even nowhere near the ground, and this guy is almost to that. I ain't getting to that shit. Thank God, mid is back to cover shit. This guy is rotating ball side, so he's going to have a hell of a time trying to make any type of saves unless it's directly at him. Because if it's over here in the opposite corner, he ain't going to be fast enough to get that shit unless it's a baby shot. He ain't going to be able to get shit. Mid, however, is properly positioned, so as the ball goes through, if he really wanted to, he could have posted up, touched that ball down in front of me, and then I could have scored it. But we were kind of in dire needs right there and needing to do something. Mid goes up, the guy hit high over him, and that's fine because I'm already there and I don't know what the fuck our other teammates doing. I'm already there to pick this shit up. Here, if this guy is gonna come up this far, he needs to be full boosting and getting ready to go for that shit. I don't know why he's just driving over to me at that moment. If he would have full boosted, he probably could have just demoed me as I was touching the ball off the wall, and that would have gave him a little bit more time to get back and do whatever it is he needed to do. Lucky for him, we're coming out of a scuff situation. Because if I had time to get around the side of the ball, I could just easily pop that behind him and score a goal. Dribble skills, that's where those become important. I get demoed, which was very smart because this guy was faking as the back man. Bang. Again, because I had the jump and all of that happened, he had the ability to fake. Could have faked, picked it up off the wall and all of that. It would have been dangerous for him because I could have demoed him. But I mean, he had the option to. Ball goes back past the teammate that's up everybody's ass. Mid is positioned again appropriately to pick this up. But this guy's on a demo spree. Wastes all of his boost going for a demo. He's seen that the ball is headed on his fucking net, but he's going all the way over there for that big boost. Why the hell did you not go for the demo, keep that momentum, start getting these boost pads to head back? Just in case. To assist your team. Why aren't you assisting your team? Why are you heading over there for that shit? When he could have said dink, 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 and been on his way back. He has speed. This guy goes for it, gets a nice touch. Now, after your teammate touches it, if we take, the little bit that he has, and if you'd have been boosting, he would have been like here, able to stop this teammate's shot. Well, shot attempt, I should say. He's kind of slow as shit and awkward. He gets beat. But from there, he could turn around, grab boost, and then continuously pressure to oppose me. Now he's just wasted all of his shit for a demo. He's gone this far. He's turning back, and then he's pre-jumping a ball. Why pre-jump that? You see where we're posted at right now against each other? He's boosting, and I'm not. Why pre-jump that? As that's coming down, you can easily boost, jump, and grab that if I try to hit it over you. And if I fake it, you're already there. You got all of my teammates behind you and shit like that. You got a guy up in the air on your team there, already challenging high. Why pre-jump this too? Why add to the chaos? Because what happens is, if both of you fuck up somehow, I got free. And I'm obviously not going to try to pre-jump that shit being the back man. There's no reason to. I see both of them going for that shit. I'm a dumbass. Let's just leave it at that. There is no reason for me to pre-jump that. None at all. As a matter of fact, me hitting it, I actually passed it over to their side. There's no reason for me to pre-jump that. I'm a fucking idiot. I could have played that a lot better. Because my teammates are back trying to get to that. I see how they didn't pick up a goal from it because he can't read those. Yep, he can't read those. This guy following up the wall. This is the bad thing. Don't do this. You see that all of this is happening and whatnot. Yes, mid is back. But don't follow a guy with the ball up the wall when you know that he's going to clearly beat. Because what happens here is if Coda would have just came in a little bit more, he gets an air dribble here. Boom, he jumps off the wall there, and the ball is on his way over ahead of mid, which is not in the proper position. You see how he's going in the goal? Shit goes up, bounces off the wall, boom, double touch. Mid's done. He knows he can get away with this shit because we're not playing against other GCs, but he definitely wouldn't be doing this turnaround and goal shit in a ranked GC lobby. His ass would be getting ready for that fucking double touch he knows is happening. This guy sucks on the wall, so he just goes up and touches it best he can. If he had more angle, we'd have been fucked. Afterwards, I see that this guy is going forward. The only thing I need to do is just beat him. That's it. This guy that's down should have, again, we got a guy in goal. He should have not been turning backwards, but should have been supporting my touchdown. When I touched it over, if he would have still stayed, primed and up, we could have created a play. Again, they got two guys there, and their third guy is fucking off somewhere, wherever the fuck he is. Oh, he's up there. All of them are in our corner right now. We could easily, boom, get a breakaway play, put that shit in their net. That's a team fail right there. Instead, he goes to this wall, can't read it, so he continues to go forward. I touch it over mid because, well, I didn't trust him. Let me be honest with you. I didn't trust him. I thought he was going to hit the shit back to them, but he probably was going to go for an air dribble up the wall and then score their net. That's my fuck up. I blocked my teammate and the good teammate, but I didn't trust him. It looked like at the time that he was going to hit the ball off the wall back to the rabbits or back to the lion's den, and I didn't want to be left without, boost and all of that. I wanted to take it to the safe side where there's a whole field of space. I fucked up. I shouldn't have interfered with him. But I doubt he's seen that guy there either, so he could have gotten bumped off of that too. Then I get the shittiest clear of my life. I want you to look at this. How early I jump for this, and then the way and direction that I challenge that. I could have just waited for a better angle, flipped forward, and then followed the ball. But instead, I got this awkward ass touch because I was trying to go early as possible and then follow it for the follow up touch. Again, I'm boosting not in a very straight line right now. I get it past them because I can use 360 degrees of my car, but I could have gotten more power, more angle, landed on this boost, and continued to take the ball instead of doing this dumbass shit. I had a lot more space than what I seen and I didn't use it. And because of that, that's going to bounce off the wall and end up back to them. That bounces back up, and I mean the rest of this is really not worth commenting on. The rest of this is just a basic ass game. I don't see anything that's real bad. Those were the main points that I wanted to talk on, and from there we just got basic gameplay. I challenged early there because mid didn't want to go, so I just went, passed it to mid, mid popped it in. Teamwork. Now what they could have done, I guess we can go over what they could have done in this situation. Here, they got one guy already up, one guy kind of midish, but still towards no man's land, and this guy that's boosting up right between them for whatever reason. I don't know why this guy's here, to be honest with you. This guy's probably going to go up and pass it across to his other teammate. I don't know why this guy's here. He's slow to the play. Not only is he slow for the play, he went to demo one of our teammates for whatever reason. His goes up. I touch it past him. He's faking back properly. However, this guy is following the ball with his car. Remember, this guy was kinda sorta over here in no man's land. As soon as he seen that I have control of this ball right here, he should not be boosting over here trying to pick the ball up off the wall or some shit. Dunk is already there. You should be getting your ass back. Real quick like. You would like to go opposite post rotation, but my teammate's there to possibly bump you and stop you from going back, which he does. But if you hadn't turned that way in the first place and you would have just went straight back to goal, you wouldn't have to worry about that bullshit. you'd already been back. If you were ever playing the odd side over here, where the guy are playing with the ball and you're on the opposite side, you need to be the one that has eyes on. If it looks like your teammate's about to be beat, then you need to turn around and head your ass back. If it looks like he's gonna win, then you need to, kind of sort of start to get into a position and move up. And above all, you don't want to be sitting in no man's land. You either want to be up, getting ready to score, you see what's going on, and then you turn around and you head back grabbing boost pads. Trust me, you have enough time to get back. You do. Stop being scared. To go up. Go up. Mid touches it out of his hand, and this guy immediately turns. Son, you have three aggressors in front of you. What in the hell kind of heroic act do you think you're going to accomplish here? The ball's closer to me, and I'm obviously going to go for it as you're going for it. And since the ball's closer to me, all I have to do is just boost, jump, and touch the ball. I don't have to be accurate on where I put it, I just need to touch it. I have teammates for fucking days around me. Where are your teammates? One's boosting forward and turning around the longest way possible. The other one is over here that just grabbed boost and turned around and is going back the longest way fucking possible. None of your team is back right now. You don't need to be challenging this. If you want to go close and force me to jump for that, so be it. But as soon as I jump for that, you need to be turning around and faking to try to interfere with whatever the hell you can interfere. Fully committing as the back man like that's fucking stupid. Because I just make a small touch to my teammate that's in front of me, and he puts it in your goal. And this was completely savable. As I passed it, Coda, who again was not going towards, well, he was going towards goal at the start, and then he stopped going towards goal, and he turned towards ball. He had the angle. If you follow the angle he was going with, he would have been able to save that ball, but he turned at the end towards the ball instead of following the angle that he had. His instincts steered him right, but he fucked up at the end and turned. Good half flip. You see that shit? That's how you want to pick up that boost. Right there. Look at that. Look at that. That was beautiful. If anything, that's the one thing he did proper and great all stream. That's an impressive fucking half flip. I never hit play. Watch this shit. That was clean and speedy as fuck. Look at that. Backs up to get momentum. After backing up, jumps. There's the flip. Backwards. As soon as this car starts going backwards, he gets the half flip cancel. And he lands his car in the direction to where he can just land, scoop that shit up, and get back towards goal. That is how you grab that shit right there. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Gets it at the minimum distance that he can get it at, and he's already back, heading towards goal before this kickoff even happens. That's what I'm fucking talking about, my dude. Bravo. That is the best boost pickup that I've ever seen in my fucking life, and that's what you should be doing every single time. Because if I win this kickoff and the boost goes to, or the ball goes towards the side, he has enough speed to where he can just turn and use that momentum and speed to get back to that ball up the wall. Record that shit. That kickoff right there, or that boost grab from the right side right there. Ingrain that shit into your mind and always do that. Always do that. That was 100% fucking perfect. And you see how he immediately comes back to the wall. And then he sees that the ball is going up the wall. Now, it's kind of semantics When you talk about whether he should turn outwards to go to wall like that, or if he should turn this way to go back to wall, it doesn't matter because wall bounces are wall bounces. Some people will argue that you want to turn this way to get up to the wall faster, but you never know if the force of the ball is going to be, outwards and bounce off the wall and head back mid, or go up the wall, hit this little corner spot and spill out. You never really know until you actually have a little time to, recognize where the ball's going to go. To be honest with you, I would say be safe and do it like that just in case it does spill out, or if somebody beats you through the wall, you have time to come back and get a better angle. So, I mean, safety wise, you're going to probably want to turn outwards like he is. But, I mean, if you are a speedy boy and you know that you can get those and you know what you're doing, you can go up the wall to get there faster. Either or, doesn't really matter which way that you take. One way is just risky, but you'll get there a little sooner if it stays on the wall. The other way, again, it's not. Problem. He did all of that when he turned around. He turned around and then flipped towards this way to try to pick that shit up. The center is here, so it's obviously going out. You're going to spill out that way because the ball's going that way. He should not have turned his car that way. He should have continued going to try and meet this ball. As a matter of fact, if he would have turned out wider, he wouldn't have got caught off guard when that hit there, and it's going to probably go up and come back out. So if he would have kept the line that he was on, he would see how this is bouncing off of that sidewall, and he would be able to play that better. This guy said, fuck it, he's not even going to worry about the ball for now. He's just going to go and take that boost, which gives us the ability to do whatever the hell we want to do. As you can see, he's going to grab the boost and immediately go up the wall, but grabbing boost from that angle ensures that the only way you can pass that shit is either down or out towards your goal. Again, if he hadn't made that weird turn in like this, he could be going forward right now and just looking to read what's going on. It's nothing to just go up the wall, jump here, and then go up to the ball and make a touch. You see how awkward he is and how much of a wide turn he has to be to just to get the ball back out semi-straight? That's not going to work for you, brother. This guy needs to slow his roll down. You don't need to be going super speed for that right now. As soon as you see him there, you can stop here, because if he doesn't touch it, now you have the ability to go for a double touch. Bink, 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 bink. Or you can pass it out to your midfield if you have anybody covering. Instead, he was going so fast that he wasn't able to get off the wall and make type of movements. Then, I mean, it's a good fake for if your teammate's there. Then he grabs boost. The only thing he can do is redirect this touch, which, again, he's the fuck up on our team. He's not going to go for the redirect on the touch, and it's going to be sad. He could at least go for a demo or a bump or something to clear his way, though. But instead, he grabbed that boost, and he looks like he's on his way to do some other type of crazy shit. I see that he's there, but I'm not going to come up for that. This should be your basic ass play. Mid, however, missed that shit. Well, I guess he didn't miss it, but, he missed it, you know what I'm saying? And it goes between two of them. If they would have got a sick nasty pinch, that shit would have went all the way down and right to my car, would have been covered. That's why we don't move up for those, just in case the worst happens. Mid has to reset, and now our teammates in no man's land useless at both sides. So I'm gonna go up because his ass should be heading back. I'm gonna head up, and we're gonna continue the play. I try to go for a touch there, best I can. Other teammate who's there, unfortunately, can't do anything either. Why? Because look at the angle. He gave himself to work with that. I went for, as you can see, top left corner, but I couldn't find the angle. Unfortunate. He's coming in at such a fucked up angle, and he doesn't even have to jump, is the thing. The ball is going to bounce. Read the bounces. Wait for the bounces if you need. You don't need to fully commit that shit. The ball's coming down for a bounce. Get that shit after it bounces if you can't, get a good, nice touch off of it. Fake it and catch it afterwards and tap it a little bit in front of you and then turn it in for a dribble or anything. After he hit it away from himself, he tried to go up and play the angle, but unfortunately he got too far underneath the ball and he doesn't know how to play those. He actually could have scored that shot from there. As it's coming off the wall, he could have actually scored that shit if he knew his angles. Fucked up, but that's fine, because mid's coming up to help him. And I'm gonna stay here. Notice, I might be in no man's land, but I am rolling through no man's land. I'm not standing here waiting to see what's going on. I'm going to continuously move. I'm going to update my position, and then I'm going to start faking back just in case he wins and it gets like a sick nasty pinch. And if mid wins, then I'm just going to turn back around and update my position. At no point in time am I standing here. I see that mid got beat. I am now going to yeet myself down the field, try and get ahead of this and make a touch. Proper shadowing for that situation. And I didn't have to go all the way back to goal like some of you do. Learn how to shadow properly and learn where you need to be at to play. This is for teammate. Teammate hits it to the side. I was gonna go up and assist him, but instead I decided to go back and try to read this wall. Great. I didn't have to read the wall because this guy just touched it off wall again, which made no sense when he could have just slowed his roll and got something done. Good 50s, good everything. I mean, I don't think anything really happens here. It's just save the safe. Passes it to me. I pop it off wall. I probably could have shot it and then pressured Coda to throw the ball away and probably got a little bit more out of that. For the most part, it's just kind of your regular ass play. There ain't really no reason to comment about any of this. It's not good, but it's not bad. He made him flick the ball so I could pick it up easy. Double commit there, but I grab boost and immediately turn back. So, I mean, recovery skills. Good pinch down there, gets around him. We're able to pressure them. He has to touch it. From there, we double commit, but it's not that bad. Recovery skills. Ball goes down, and I don't remember anything being noteworthy to the end of the game, so we'll just let it run. Mistouch there to a double commit. Happens. That's a panic touch. He could have just backed up a little bit more and grabbed it, but he was panicking, trying to be speedy. It happens. Not gonna fault them for it. That's a nice little pass. I'm gonna go up the wall, get a nice little clear over to mid. Mid takes his time waiting there. Again, here, this guy that's here, the one that's gonna be scoring, if you take your ball cam off and look at this guy, you see that he is pre-jumping like a motherfucker towards this ball. Because he is pre-jumping and not waiting for the ball to come closer to the ground, he is going to have a soft touch. It is not going to be a banger of a touch. And if you watch him and pay attention to your shadowing and shit, you can see whether or not he's going to be on where he's shooting it. Because now that he's slow to getting up to there, he has lost the ability to make any type of good shots. So the super close shot that, gets you all the time, or a super far shot in the opposite corner, or anything like that, all of those super fast bangers are now gone. As he's going into the air, he's not even straight on the goddamn ball. Nowhere near that shit. As he's going out to the side, there's only one place he can hit the ball now. He's gonna hit it directly on the side, straight towards the goal, slow as fuck. If he's lucky, he'll get a bounce. Maybe he goes over the defender. But he's so far off. Like, look how far off he is when he touched it. Bink. Small ass touch. Mid knows it's going to be a small touch because he pre-jumped it. Boom. Full ball control for mid. Now, during this time, all of that's happening. I know it's hard to do, but before he even did all of that shit, If Mid would have checked to see what was going on and how much time he had, he probably wouldn't have immediately jumped up and smacked that ball away from him. Probably would have taken the time to pass the ball to me or do something else. Because he didn't check the field there, he felt pressured to immediately hit the ball out. Quick. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. He tried to be super, super quick and tried to get the ball downfield. Alright, just sit on the floor. I just throw it. It's just a plunger. Just, it ain't nothing but. That was the package, by the way. And he could have touched it down, got control. He could have done a lot of things. There is no aggression on our goal right now. He had the time to make the play. I understand that sometimes it's faster just to hit it to somewhere safe in the field that you know it's safe in front of you, and then go back and grab control of the ball and do whatever you need to do. So I do understand that it's safer to do things that way. But also, if you do take the time to look, you can actually get much better plays. As you can see, the ball bounced and came up very nicely. That if he took his time and was, chilling here, could have easily just shot that into their goal and that could be another goal. Obviously, we're 2 up and it's only 30 seconds left, so you don't need to get that fancy. Just go ahead and hit the shit. But from there, that's just, another play. We control the ball, continue to play like we play, and on through and onward. Nothing more important happens. It's just, your basic ass shit. He could have probably scored that there because Mid was heading back and he would have had an awkward touch, but, is what it is. They weren't going to win even if they scored it, but he probably would have felt better. And that is basically the end of the replay review. So, don't want to play that yet. Actually, I didn't even do a Rocket League play, so I don't even need to do that. So, that is the end of the stream. I didn't go super in depth like I usually do and point out every single action that they could have done. I mean, I did manage to make like a 2 hour stream out of like a 5 minute replay. So, there is a couple of sight lines and a couple of things that you can do, use, and what you should look for. Now, following what I said there is just going to keep you a little bit better in champ. It's not going to get you to GC because GC has a lot better lines that I didn't show you. But there's no point in me teaching people who are GC those lines, and once you get the GC, you're already going to know the lines because you're going to be faster. What I'm trying to teach you is how to get better on the lines that you have and being able to see them better. Because as you improve your lines, you're going to become faster and you're going to see more openings and you're going to be able to go even further beyond. The lines I show you are basic, how to get ahead in champ line. Nothing complicated, nothing special. Just the obvious mistakes that champs make that, they kind of need to stop making and kind of need to stop doing. You got more time than what you think you have, especially if you're rotating and positioning the way you need to for the situation. Just take your time, finish the positioning, finish the rotations and shit, and see what happens. Now, I'm not saying be a dumbass or a smartass like some people I know would be. If there's a roller shot going in, obviously you're not going to finish the rotation and go for the rolling shot. But, when it's being actively played and shit like that, finish your rotation instead of driving into the goal sideways, fucking stupid like and shit, and then just sitting there till the ball gets to you. Get into a usable position. Help yourself out. Help your team out. Help everybody out. Try to make this game great again. Rocket League 2022. Make Rocket League great again. Joke. And no, I'm not a Trump supporter. No, I'm not a Biden supporter. No, I'm not any of them supporters. Honestly, I don't think any of them are made to be the president, but or fit to be the president. But guess what? We need a figurehead. Anybody can become president. You can make any random person in the fucking world president. And if they do a good job, then cool, kudos on them. You were a good figurehead and you did what you were told. And if you try to make any executive actions or demands, you're probably going to get assassinated. So, you will be Julius Caesar very quickly. Anybody, well, not anybody, but people that fit the certain qualifications can become president. Then Trump became president. He's just a businessman. We've had all kinds of different walks of life become president. From war veterans and shit like that, towards the beginning, to people that were just, your average Joe that just managed to just become that shit because they made things, worthwhile. Some presidents did, super good acts. Some presidents did heinous acts. So, as long as you have that drive and you're willing to go through the long process of becoming it, and you have ideals and things like that that you want to push, you could possibly become the president of the United States. Also, you fit the qualifications. It's just whether or not you're going to stay in that position. Like anybody can be first place. It's the staying in the first place is the issue. Anyway, I finally got my package and so I'm out. I'm happy. It's gonna be a good day for me. As always, supplement your lifestyle. I next time. Peace.